guys, what's up? I'm back with a movie review, kind of a disappointing movie review. So yesterday I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and we decided to watch all the Spider-Man movies for Valentine's Day, and finally watched Spider-Man 3.1, and I gotta be honest with you guys, it's pretty shitty. I gotta be honest with you. So in the wake of like all these like cuts being like released and whatnot, you know, we got the Snyder cut, which I'm going to talk about that trailer. We have the Trank cut, which I don't think is ever going to be released for Fantastic Four. And then we have like, you know, so much other shit. But here's the thing. This movie was garbage. Like, horrible. And I'm not talking like Spider-Man 3 is bad. I like Spider-Man 3. This is kind of like Daredevil director's cut bad. Like, there's stuff cut out that just makes it worse, in my opinion. So I'm going to talk to you guys about like what I didn't like, because like I went into this movie like thinking, hey, there's going to be scenes that are going to make this movie good. I'm honestly going to take this movie as its own and I'm going to recut it into the way that it should be, because literally it's like someone took the deleted scenes and some of the scenes in the movie, kind of like threw them in a bowl and then just literally yeeted them onto the wall, and they stuck where they stuck. And then there is a few scenes in here, in my opinion, that are like added that weren't here before. But to be honest, it feels rushed and bad, and some of the scenes just weren't necessary. There's just a couple lines of like him saying a couple of things to like Ursula, or Olga, whatever her name is, the next door neighbor. There's like a very poorly edited scene, like when Topher Grace leaves the Daily Bugle and J. Jonah Jameson is saying, I haven't printed a retraction in 20 years. It just shows him like going out of his way to like, you know, swing off of the building. I don't know. It's bad. I don't understand. So here's what happened, guys. I'm trying to think of it. So like Peter goes into the closet and like looks at his black suit and kind of smiles. And then it shows him going out onto the street, like right, it's usually the scene like where he like went out onto the street and he was like, he had just beaten Harry. But no, he looks at the costume and then he goes off into the street. He sees that Topher Grace put that fake picture of him up. He goes to the Daily Bugle to confront him. And then he goes to the Daily Bugle to confront him. They find out the truth. He jumps off in that unedited like swinging scene, and then he takes it off and it seems like he's like really weak after taking it off. And then it cuts to him going to it cuts to him going to talk to Harry about how MJ broke up with him. Okay, I'm sorry. It was MJ broke up with him. He looked at the suit, like he had that sad scene on his bed. Then he went out into the street, saw that Topher Grace put that article out, confronted him. Topher Grace got fired. The unedited swing scene. He looks weak after he gets back to his apartment and takes it off. Then he goes and talks to Harry. And then he finds out the truth. And then it literally, like, after, like, the truck goes by and Harry's gone, it literally just cuts to the apartment. It literally cuts to the apartment and he's making a drink. And the difference here is, like, he's like, what took you so long? And then he's laying on the couch instead of standing there. He's laying on the couch. He's like, he's like, that was quite a performance out there. And it's like, it's wrong, because like that should happen after the scene where Mary Jane broke up with him and after he meets him at the cafe. Not like throw in the Topher Grace scene in between. That doesn't make any sense. It's just, it's bad. It's bad. Like, it's bad placement. It's bad placement, which makes the movie worse. And the other thing that bothers me is like some of the good scoring in this film just makes the film a little worse for wear, and I don't like that. It's like thrown around and I don't like it. Another thing that pissed me off, there was this really good Sandman scene where like his daughter went to the park and her mom's there and she's like getting stuff together for them to leave, and then she walks to pick up her stuff and there's a giant sandcastle on the thing. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, when I saw that scene before I saw Spider-Man 3.1, I was like, that would be, like, really good, like, after the first robbery, you know? Like, where, like, in the truck and whatnot, where he's, like, kind of big Sandman and shit like that. And then, like, somewhere after that, he's like, I swear to you, it won't let happen again. But literally, they placed this scene in the most awkward spot in the film, and that's after he gets, like, taken down into the sewers, becomes Mudman, and just literally comes out and he's like, Penny. And then it cuts to that scene literally right after. There's no time in between at all. It literally is like, Penny. And then it literally cuts to the scene of his mom going, go get your stuff, sweetie. And then all of a sudden, sandcastle. And then he's like, I won't let Spider-Man stop me again. It was just a bad placement. I'm not saying... I love the scene. That deleted scene should be in the movie. I've said that 100% of the time. But the big problem there is it's just shit. I don't understand it. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of a rush thing, because I know Sam Raimi has said that there's like a bunch of scenes that weren't put in the movie that he didn't put in the editor's cut, or at least the editor didn't put in the editor's cut. And it makes me want to go, release the Raimi cut, because I feel like there's like more to this, because I know, you guys know that I've done videos of like props that have been found that were never used, and there's like bits and pieces of scenes that people have found that have never been used. There's like, and they may not have sound or anything, and there's different like chronicles. I've read the book of Spider-Man 3 and the art, and there's pictures in there of shit that didn't happen. There's things in the novel of shit that didn't happen. And it's just, I feel like this could have been better, and I feel like we should release the Raimi cut now. Like, because this was bad. This is like, is it Justice League Joss Whedon bad? No, but it makes me mad that they made the effort to release Spider-Man 3.1. And by the way, when the movie opens, I was like, okay, 3.1, and it was, no. It was just 3. And I was just like, okay, that doesn't, I knew, like, right when I saw that didn't start out for a good thing for me at all. I knew it was bad. Like, I knew it was going to be bad, and I don't know. It's just bad. It's not good. I don't recommend watching it. Just stick with Spider-Man 3, and if you don't like Spider-Man 3, then you probably shouldn't even be watching this, because it's just, it's not good. It's bad. Why would you watch it? Why? Don't do it. But honestly, given the fact I love Spider-Man 3, and most people don't, and the fact that I watched this and it just kind of made it bad for me and left a bad taste in my mouth, I would highly recommend you don't watch Spider-Man 3.1, because it's not worth your time. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I watched this movie thinking that there was going to be some great scenes and some great placement. Even the ending music, like at the end of this, you know, where like they're dancing and they're hugging each other, like everything's okay. Even that music got changed, and that just, no, it was bad. It was just bad. Honestly, I give Spider-Man 3 an 8 out of 10, because I know most people like shit on me for liking Spider-Man 3, but it's good. But if I had seen Spider-Man 3.1 instead of Spider-Man 3, I would honestly give Spider-Man 3.1 a 3 out of 10, because it was just bad. Like, you could take any movie that I like and take a scene and another scene and flip-flop them around and not make a movie make any sense, or feel that it's bad placement of a scene or music nonetheless, and that would do the same thing. Like, let's take Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson. If you take like a scene at the end and then a scene at the beginning and you flip-flop them around, that doesn't really make much sense, and I'd hate the movie more because I'd see the difference, and it just doesn't work. So Spider-Man 3.1 gets a 3 out of 10 for me. Don't watch it, guys. It's not good. It's not worth your time. Spider-Man Editor's Cut. That's actually what it's called. I just call it Spider-Man 3.1 because it makes it easier. So guys, have you seen Spider-Man 3.1? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more. Also like, comment, and subscribe.